we did it. We did it. We pulled it off, didn't we? And we will get Brexit done on time by the 31st of January. No ifs, no buts, no maybes.
UK Conservative Party leader Boris Johnson winning a resounding victory in their general elections. I'm here with Christina Blizzard to talk about what this all means. You know, Christina, the bookmakers, they always put it at least slightly in Boris's favor. They sort of expected him to win, but did you expect things would be this strong for him?
Well, Anthony, I think that a lot of the naysayers, the people who refused to accept the verdict, the 2016 referendum on Brexit, and refused to allow Britain to leave, who'd been holding Parliament hostage, they liked people to believe that Boris was not popular, that he was not going to do well. So I think those are the people who are actually surprised. I think people had just had enough of it, of the game playing, no matter where they were, whether they voted to remain in 2016, they just wanted this Brexit nightmare finished.
And that's interesting because he didn't so much campaign on yay Brexit, it's the best thing since sliced bread, even though he was one of the original Brexiteers with Nigel Farage and a few others. He campaigned on, let's just get the darn thing over and done with.
Exactly, and that's what people in the UK were asking for. This had been dragging on for 3 years. Parliament was at an absolute standstill with the most ridiculous shenanigans being played by, frankly, the Speaker, John Bercow, and some of the other parties who simply refused to accept the will of the people on this. And I think that voters just had had enough. The economy was dragging, and they just said, let's just get this over and done with.
Now, one really interesting element is that Boris Johnson, he put out a lot of really kind of fun and nifty ads that really captured the imagination of a lot of people. And I know Brexit has previously been described by people who don't like it as, well, it's only supported by intolerant people and there's xenophobia, and they threw all that in there. But Boris Johnson, he really gave Brexit a sort of upbeat, happy warrior, inclusive vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, frankly, his campaign probably has some lessons for Canadian Conservatives in that he gave people something to vote for as opposed to be constantly on the defensive. He broke through what was called the Red Wall. He made inroads into some very traditional Labour Party constituencies and won some major victories in that, which I think proves that the people who were voting for Brexit were not just the elitists. They were working class people who just wanted to get on with things.
Now, while Boris Johnson was a bit of a character in a number of ways, he ended up being a bit of a lovable character. The other person who was sort of the other main figure, Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn, I think part of the election was a referendum on his character, and he was portrayed as more of an unsavory individual, sort of like the grumpy old man stuck in the past. He was like an old-fashioned Marxist from issues in the 60s and 70s, and dogged by repeated claims of anti-Semitism. Now, he always tried to deny that, but it certainly seemed to stick.
Well, he never seemed to be able to demonstrate that he wasn't anti-Semitic. Even people within his party thought he was anti-Semitic. He lost a lot of supporters because of the anti-Semitism. He was on the hard left. You'll remember, Anthony, how did Tony Blair, the last, who got probably one of the largest Labour Party victories.
Hard to believe they're the same party.
Yeah,
Tony Blair, Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah, exactly. How did he break the Labour Party out of that the long term they'd spent in the wilderness? It was by forsaking the Labour, the unions and the hard left of the Labour Party, and bringing the Labour Party into this new modern era. And frankly, Corbyn took it back to that hard left that no one in Britain really wants, or very few people want. So I think that the Labour Party in Britain is going to be in the wilderness for a long time after this. It's an absolutely disastrous outcome for them, and it will take them a long time to rebuild.
So here's the next question then. If it's all about the Conservatives and their majority, what's next for UK politics? There's Brexit, and then there's all the other issues on the table that the renewed Prime Minister now has to deal with.
Yes, and on Friday, Boris Johnson, having visited the Queen and having gone back to 10 Downing Street, said that he wants Britain to now move forward.
Enough. Enough. Let's get this done.
together, united, to put Brexit behind them. He said that they will be out of Europe or by January 31st. They have other issues that they want to deal with in the platform. He had issues such as immigration. They're moving to a points-based immigration system. Issues like that he wants to deal with now, get the economy back on track. So I think that he's saying all the right things, that they need to bring back some hope and joy to Britain because it's been a very unsettling, unhappy time.
All right, lots on the table for sure. It's always good to see you, Christina.
My pleasure, Anthony.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments and like and share this video.